Morning, wild man. You need to be quiet. Might have to lock the dogs up. How you doing this morning, wild man? Yep, that's Trixie back there. Every time I do this, if they're not locked up, they think I'm talking to somebody, so they've got to chime in. Let me see if I can get some of these cords out of here. Whoops, I unplugged over here. Let's not do that. There we go. My bench is so little, I don't have room for all this stuff. Computers and tools and things. There he is. Morning, boss. Oh, you gonna change up your track again, wild man? I saw on your video that you had changed it a little bit. Are you gonna do it again? Trying to get all my stuff together here. I'm not prepared. Cool. It's always fun changing things up a little bit, wild man. Hey, there's Gladstone. Good morning, Gladstone. We'll see if George pops in with us today. It's not going to be I'm just going to show you guys. I got a few questions regarding this new project I'm doing here. And I've been wanting to build some VWs again. It's kind of my favorite thing, or Volkswagens always was when I was young. But yeah, I was just getting a little tired of hot rods and jalopies and stuff. So I need a change of pace. I guess we all need that once in a while. So I went on a search for this kit. And it's a very good kit because I like the early Volkswagen split window. And I found this kit. It's an old out of print kit made in Japan. And I found this one. I just got it the other day. So I decided, well, I'll show you guys how I get a car ready to make a mold. And I know I have a video out there, but that video is actually, I probably ought to update that video. Maybe this will help. I've gotten away from using clay in the bodies and gone back to the tape method. So I'm going to show you guys just how I do it. Hopefully we'll get somebody. This is 132 scale Gladstone. For the most part, I won't cast anything in 125th scale because it's pretty much all available as a model kit. So there's no sense in wasting the time and effort to make something in 125th scale because it's readily available. The problem with this 132 scale is most of the model kits that we use to make these bodies with are long out of print. And there's a few of them that they're, repopping now from Atlantis and places like that. But some of these cars like this, nobody's going to go pay $50 for this model kit and then cut it up into a slot car. Well, except me. But I'm going to use that kit to make the bodies. I know it's kind of in the middle of the day for you guys out there, There's an ant. 132 scales kit for the showdown. A good place to look. Harry, you want to take that one? Atlantis, are those Atlantis kits? Which ones are those ones that we've been using, the Camaro and those kits? Atlantis. I knew Atlantis has some. Okay, if you just look up Atlantis, wow man, they have a website you can buy direct from them, and they're relatively cheap. I think around $20 if I'm not mistaken. No worries. Glad to help. I hope to see some of you guys build. Now that we have this available to everybody, I hope to see a lot more of you guys build some cars and send them in to Harry so we can run them when we have our biannual races over there. I really hope to see you guys doing some stuff. Let me see here. I'm going to try something really quick. I need to see. There we go. Harry, I just made you a moderator so that if you need to post links or anything like that on my videos and live streams, you can do that now. So it looks like we got 7 people. Where are you guys all at? Chime in. Let's hear what you got to say. Anybody there? I don't want to get rolling until we got everybody there. There we go, Harry. Thank you. There you go. Wow, man, there's a direct link for you. Harry, hook you up. Who else is over there lurking? I see you. 7 people. Yep, the Nova, Camaro, and Firebird. Those are all great cars to make into cars for the showdown. Perfect. I know they're all GM. Gary Wallace from Scotland. Nice to have you here. Thank you for joining. Gosh, Scotland, what are you guys? Well, you're what, 8-9 hours ahead of me here on the West Coast? I don't think there's an Oldsmobile. Wow, man. But 5:20 p.m. Cool. So it's not the middle of the night there for you. So we're not keeping you awake. That's good, Gary. Yep, no Olds there, Harry. I didn't think there was either. I don't think there's anybody who does an Oldsmobile in 132 scale of any kind that I've ever seen. Marty, hey, thanks for popping in. Must be lunchtime out there in Chillicothe. That's kind of why I decided that this was the time to do these things, because I figured you guys all get a lunch hour. So it'd be easier for you to pop in the middle of the day if you can. Because I know how us slot car guys are. We got to have our fix, right? Even on lunchtime. Cool, Marty. Well, we got quite a few of you here now. I'll go ahead and show you what I'm doing here. So, like I said, we cast a lot of cars here, you know. Matt B on the board, who a lot of you guys know, he had sent me a kit of a. Let me see if I have that body here. It's dark down here in the cubby hole. I can show you that one too. Well, shoot, I must have put it away. Anyway, Matt B sent me a kit of a 34 Ford Victoria, and so I cast that so we can make our jalopies and modifieds out of it. This is kind of what we do here because again, these kits are no longer in print, so they're hard to find. When I was at Harry's here just a month or so ago, one of the guys gave me this body to make a mold of. It is a Chevy. It's old Carrera body. So eventually here, pretty quick, I'm going to make a mold of this as well. So we'll have this body for the showdown cars. So that's coming. But right now, like I said, I've kind of switched gears and I'm doing this Volkswagen. And to start, you have to prepare the body, the master as we call it, for the mold. So anywhere you don't want silicone has to be covered. And you can see I'm using tape. Now you can look inside the body there. I try to cut the tape as close to the shape of the opening that I want to cover. That way it doesn't get little puckers and kinks in it. And that will allow silicone to leak in. So every little hole, like this had holes for the windshield wipers and for the hood and the deck lid handles. So I had to fill those and put a little piece of tape there. But now I have to make the car ready to sit. It'll sit on the mold or on the plate where it's going to be molded to. So what I'm doing now is I'm putting a perimeter of tape around. So I'll just continue doing that so you can see how I'm doing that there. I started on this last night and then I stopped myself. I want to show you guys how to do this. So let me show you what I do. I use this because I don't want to cut up my beautiful Home Racing World mat here. I've already done that once. Oops. But I use this piece of plastic. It's just a piece of evergreen that you buy at the hobby store. And I use this as my cutting mat for my tape because it allows the tape to come off and it doesn't destroy the adhesive on the tape. So let me get all this old crud off of here, and then I'll show you what I'm doing here. Get this off. There's a little bit there. There we go. Okay, so get that out of the way. I start with masking tape. Just plain old masking tape. Nothing special. Place it on the board. Don't press it down too hard, but I press it down so it stays. And then I use a straight edge and a nice new X-Acto blade just to trim the ends so everything's nice and square. You guys tell me if this is boring. I'm trying to watch the comments here. Let's see. Good morning, Donald Barker, I'm sorry. Oh, a Cracker Barrel. Cool. Have some biscuits and gravy for me. Okay, so now I got sidetracked there with biscuits and gravy. As you can see, what I'm doing here is I need to put some more tape around the perimeter. So I don't want that stuff that long. I want to trim it all off flush anyway. So I just cut this down, get it to a reasonable size. And remove it and start placing it in the body. So let me see here. Let's start right here where I left off. Right here, dumplings did sound good when I saw that too. I was like, oh, that sounds good. Okay, so you have to be careful. I'm actually going to make this smaller. You have to be careful because, like I said before, anywhere you don't have tape, you're going to get silicone. And if you look inside this body here, it's a bit, it's convoluted. Let me show you here. You can see anywhere like this, it's curved and it's a really, really tight curve here too. It's very tight. So like, I don't know if you can see on the other side what I've done here. I've used several pieces, and you have to use a nice blunt. I use a stick, and you really got to burnish this tape down. Like, see right there, it's already sticking up. You got to burnish this tape down to where it sticks good, or it's going to leak, because silicone will get in from this side and you'll have a leak. And, you know, sometimes you get them anyways. No matter how judicious you are with the tape, you still get a leak sometimes. So, but that's what I'm doing right now. So let me show you here. I'm starting with this edge right here where I put the tire, where the wheel opening is. Get that in there, and then work it down into that convolution, so it won't get a leak. Oh, somehow I did something here. There we go. Morning, Ragtop. Morning, Tony. Like I said, tell me if this is boring. But I just thought I would show this because, like I said, I've gotten a lot of questions about it. But yeah, you really have to make sure there's no leaks. Okay, that one looks good. Now I will go to the front one and we'll do the same thing. Get this in there. Don't have to worry about it being even here because you're going to cut it. Let that loose and get that in there. This is the not so glamorous part about all this, right? You know, there's always a not so glamorous part of doing anything, but usually that's the parts that are the most important. And in this case, it is very important. Okay, I'm gonna skin that down a little. There we go. Got that in there where it goes. All right. Sometimes many little pieces is better than one big piece. So is it clear? Can you guys see what I'm doing? Does it make sense? That'd be great, Tony. Okay, good. Well, man, like I say, I need to update my other video that's online there. All right, so looks like I need another small piece here. You know, Harry does this a lot too. What do you think, Harry? Am I doing it all right? We've made a lot of cars over the years. All right, so now what you want to do is, now that you have it all taped up, it looks really ugly. Lots of tape in there. Now, since I don't need any more tape right this minute, I'll move my cutting board and let me see. There we go. This is what I use to make the mold boxes out of. Of course, it's going to be backwards, right? I just buy this at, you know, the local, like Hobby Lobby or anything like that. Let me open this up. Get a piece of it out just so I can show you. All right. All right. So I guess first thing I ought to do is get one of these cut here. You want, when you make the mold box, you want about a half inch or so of space around the body. So I'm just going to mark this a little bit here. Right here, here. You don't have to worry too much about it being dead square or anything like that. You're going to goober this thing up really good with hot glue. And because I don't want to cut up my mat, I'm going to use my super sharp scissors to do this with. There we go. All right, this is going to become the base plate that the car is going to sit on. So this is where it's going to go, right? So as you can see, it's all uneven and wonky. So what I'm going to do is I take the scissors and we try to even this out around the edge. Of course, cutting tape is a royal pain, but we try to get this as even as we can. Here we go. It's not bad. Yeah, it's kind of really bad at the back there. Yeah, this side's a little bit higher. So we'll just even her out. Are you guys getting the gist of it? Yes, well, man, you would do it the same way with a die-cast car. The only variation on a die-cast car would be, let me show you that. That's a good question. If I have a dang car here. Of course I don't. They're all put away. The variation with a die-cast car would be that, you know, they have opening doors and hoods and things like that most of the time. So you're going to want to glue all that stuff shut from the inside to keep it from the silicone from leaking in. Die-cast cars are a lot trickier than doing a plastic model kit just for that reason alone. But they are doable. I've done quite a few. And they're heavier. So using the tape, you want to keep it short at the bottom because the tape won't support the weight sometimes. You may have to go with a die-cast car. It's almost easier to use the clay method. And, you know, get a good modeling clay, not Play-Doh, but a good modeling clay, and you have to fill the inside of you stuff the whole inside of that car with clay. And then all you got to do then is leave a little pad, about a quarter of an inch, for the car to sit on. In some ways it's easier, but some ways it's harder. It's harder to get all that clay out of the car, but it does work. So that would be my suggestion, Wild Man. Okay, well, since it's here, let's it's about where we want it, I suppose. You want to center this in. And the reason it looks bigger, like I say, you only want about a half an inch. So, but by the time this stuff's a quarter of an inch thick. By the time you make the walls around it, you got about a half inch all the way around. Yeah, that'll be plenty. Perfect. Okay. You want it as small as you can, but also plenty of room. Because if you get it too small, then the mold gets flimsy. So I guess what I ought to do is I'm ready to glue this thing down to the board. Might as well get the glue gun out and fire it up. Just show you the whole ugly thing. Glue guns are a mess, as you guys probably know. Get enough material here. And it doesn't matter what glue you use. I just use the cheapest crud they have at Hobby Lobby. You're going to peel it all off anyways when you're done. It's not permanent. So, move that sucker over there. You're welcome, Wild Man. Like I said, anytime you guys need to know anything or want to know anything, just ask. We're always, all of us are available. Where the heck did my cord go? All of us are available for questions whenever. And we try to answer them as quickly as we can. All right, let's see here. There we go. All right. Glue gun's plugged in. Sorry, guys, I'm a little cramped in here because I got the computer and the camera and stuff. Normally, I'm a little spread out more, but this is fine. This will work. Just got to wait for that to heat up. You guys got anything else you want to know about while we're waiting? Hey, good morning, Tad. Yeah, a little how to cast a car action this morning. So right now we're just waiting for the glue gun to heat up. I wish I could get that to go in a little bit more here. There we go. Let's just get that down there a little bit. It's sticking out so bad. No, you hush over there. I guess I could probably. Oh, I see. Yeah. All right, let me trim this up a little bit more. Try to make this a little bit better fit while that thing is heating up. There we go. Okay, that's better. And that's like perfect. I'm just going to go with that. We'll just use a little extra glue. Okay. Yep, Tad, that is. We're going to do a bug. We're doing some Volkswagens again. So what do you guys think? Any of you guys going to try any of this? I know it's kind of time consuming and everything like that, but it's worth it. If you want certain types of cars, you have to. It's the only way. Just to show you guys It's the kit. It's an old kit. I'm not sure when they were made, but they're Japan. I think it was Japanese market only type of thing. They got some. They had some other really cool. I know a lot of you guys are into the small cars like that. They had some other cool kits. The thing that cracks me up is, again, this was made in Japan. Look at the. I know it's backwards. Volkswagen sprit window. that just kills me. That they printed it sprit window. That's funny. But yeah, these are the things that I spend my time scouring the internet for, is old 132 scale kits that I can cast and make bodies from. That'd be cool, Ragtop. That'd be really cool. Donald, that's funny. Yeah. I always tell my kids all the time I'm spending their inheritance. I know you're in, Harry. I hope so. See, we got enough heat action in here yet? Let me Yep, it appears so. All right. All right, so here we go. Now you just got to make her watertight, so to speak. And you just fill the gap at the bottom where the tape meets the board with hot glue. Don't be shy. Need some more glue already. Sorry if I'm quiet. I'm concentrating. One thing I hate about hot glue is it's stringy. Try to keep them strings off the model. So my tape wasn't quite where it needed to be here, so kind of build this up with glue. It's fine. More glue. Might be time for a new glue gun. Mine's kind of leaving a little bit to be desired here, but it's working. All right. Again, sorry for the quietness, guys. Concentration. Okay, so there's a hole. Kind of have to go around and inspect and make sure that you don't have any holes, because it will leak, and you'll have silicone on the inside of your body where you don't want it. There's another hole. I probably should have made that tape a little bit less there, but it's working. Hey, good morning, Raul. Hey, thanks for taking some of your time to hang out with me. Appreciate it. I thought you were in school, Raul. I'm excited for this body too, Raul. One of my favorite cars in the whole world. Okay, so can you guys see that what I did? Glue that sucker to the base. Make sure there's no holes. But that's it right there. Oh, darn, more spider webs. Make sure that's okay. I have to push that in a little bit. You can't just say, you gotta take your time and look things over. Make sure everything is the way you want it. Because once it's poured, it's too late. All right. Well, I think we're ready to make the box. Nope, there's nothing in the body, Tad. It's empty. It's just tape. You tape up the windows, make a perimeter of tape around the bottom, and then glue it to the board. It's completely hollow inside of there. Oh, so you're at work, are you, Raul? Okay, so now we need to build a box around this. And again, so because we want about a half an inch of space around the body, is to make sure here. Oh yeah, that's good. That's perfect line right there. So here's what I'll do. Is this long enough? Oh, look at that. Perfect. Okay. So now I need to make the rest of the box here. Okay. Cut that sucker off. Side number one. These things out of the way. Right? Is that one? Yeah, this one. Never actually done anything like this before where I actually. Boy, that sucker couldn't be any more dull. Worked with an audience before. Yeah, Raul, it's foam core, and this is actually, there's a better one. This one it's paper, foam core with a paper backing on it, and it works. But the silicone likes to stick to it, but it peels right off. It's just a little more messy than normal. Harry has the better stuff, and I'm not sure. His has got like a plastic backing, which is much better. It peels right off. But this works for my use. So I better do this way. All right, so we got the two sides. Just right. So again, with your glue gun, here's what we do. Glue it in from the outside. Hot glue is your friend. Just glue it on from the outside. Let me cut one more to make the ends with. That's the right one? Nope. I have so many markings on here. There we go. Did I screw that up? That'll be all right. Like I say, I've never done this before with an audience, so bear with me, guys. All right. Ooh. See, that glue works pretty good. Okay, so now I need to make one here, make it just the right size. Sorry if I'm not keeping up, guys. Morning, John. All right. Let us glue this part down now. We'll put an end board in here. It's all right, John. You can be late. Just don't ban us. So at this point, guys, you're just making a box to cover the car, to encapsulate the car. Spider webs. Not Halloween yet. That's good. Can you guys see what I'm doing? Do we need any questions? Ooh, hot glue is hot. Imagine that. Spider webs. I am making a mess. See, you guys get to see me screw things up sometimes. Look at that. I'm not perfect. Hot glue. Okay, so I just need one more. Of course, I don't have one. Got to cut a piece off. The box is to pour silicone into, John. So you guys bored out of your skull yet? Okay. One more piece. Your new slot car journey, man. You're gonna be building stuff in no time, Raul. I know. I'm actually gonna shorten that up a little. There we go. I glue from the outside. Obviously, it's easier, but also because man, you don't want the inside of the mold to be as nice as you can make it. But again, you want to go back and make sure you get all the seams filled, so you don't have a leak. Last thing you want is silicone all over your table. That looks good. All right. But there you go, gentlemen. Here it is. The box, the car, ready to mold. Got some spider webs in there from this darn glue. There we go. All right. Oh, no worries, Tony. Do you mean, do I prefer to make them with the clay or with the tape? I prefer to do it with the tape. It's easier because once you pour the silicone and make the mold, getting that damn clay out of there is a real chore. And it's this is easy. once this is poured, and I'll show you guys. Once I get this poured tomorrow, I will do a quick video and show you, because obviously what you do once this is poured, then you will flip it over and you'll remove the base. You peel it off, which will reveal the bottom of the car, obviously. And then on this, the way I've done it here, all you have to do is peel the tape out and you're ready to go. You just peel the tape out and you're ready to pour your second, the plug. If you have that damn body full of clay, it's going to take you, I don't know, it takes me a long time to get that stuff out of there. And you got to make sure you get it all out. So, yeah, I'm glad that Harry convinced me to go back to doing it this way, because that other way is a royal pain. Does that answer your question? I know, Gladstone, you're right. It's like there's so much stuff. I guess that's kind of why I concentrate more on this kind of stuff than I do on the ready to run cars. I was having this conversation with Raul and George the other night that I felt like I don't have a lot to bring to the table on the live streams, because you guys, most of you guys, that's what you talk about is the ready to run and your racing of those cars and stuff, which I think is awesome. And I do own quite a few ready to run cars, but this is where my love for the hobby lies, is making my own and building scratch build stuff. So, but George and Raul convinced me that I needed to be there, and I do bring something to the table for that. So I happily join in. Oh, sorry, that's my phone ringing. Anyways, so yeah. So this is the next step. The next step is to pour silicone, which I'm not going to do right now because that's a whole nother step, big one too, that I can't drag all this camera equipment outside to show you. I am going to set up a camera while I do it, I think, so you can see what happens. But basically, I guess I can just give it to you all in a nutshell right now. Let me I'm done with the glue gun for now, so we'll get this out. Thanks, John. I don't feel like a master sometimes, or anytime, actually. Okay, glue gun's out of the way. All right. I will, Tony. I promise. I will drag the camera out there. I even have the off camera here. I have my tripod set up so that when I go out there to mix the silicone, because that's the thing, the silicone has to be degassed. You don't have to. It's not 100%. But if you want a body that doesn't have a million little holes in it, like John Albright, you're here. That Chaparral 2J I sent you, it has a bunch of little pimples all over it, does it not? And the reason why is because I did not degas the silicone before I made the mold. And now when I put the mold into the pressure tank to cast the car, the pressure pushes that resin into all those microscopic pinholes that are in the mold because it didn't get degassed. So it's okay. You can tell everybody. It's not going to hurt my feelings. But that's why that car looks the way it does. I appreciate that, Raul. Yeah, I've said that too about about Harry. I'm sure he's probably forgot more than I'll ever know. That is a wealth of knowledge there that the rest of us can only aspire to. You're right, Wow Man. Absolutely 100% right. Everybody brings something to the table. You're so right. None of us knows everything. And you should be trying to learn something new every day if it's possible. I try. So here's again, the box is ready. So the next step is to mix the silicone. And this is the silicone I use. Man, I don't know why this camera is backwards. I wish I could flip it. I don't know why it goes in reverse like that. Doesn't make any sense. But this is the silicone I use. And it is by, I think you can read it there, Brick in the Yard Mold Supply. I know, John, but it shouldn't be that way. You guys see it the right way around? Show me? Really? That is weird. Why is it show backwards on my screen? Huh. That is bizarre. Huh. Well, good. I'm glad you guys told me that. Thank you. But this is the silicone I use. Looks right side up to you, Harry. Wait a minute. How about now? Brick in the Yard Mold Supply, in case anybody is ever looking for stuff. Resin. Am I going to build a bug? You know I'm going to. I'm going to build way more than one, Raul. Oh boy, she's a leaker. This is the silicone itself, and of course it's a two-part. This is actually the silicone. The other is the hardener. So just in case anybody wants to or try it, you can buy this in much smaller quantities. I don't even gonna tell you how much these two jugs cost, but you get a lot of molds out of them. So like right now, let me see. I got one here that I just finished not that long ago. Maybe you guys be interested. I make little parts. This one I need to pour the plug for, but here's a complete mold, and this is for a little part for the midget that we're working on with George right now. I actually made a mold of the midget, so I don't have to buy a kit. I can make as many as I want now because I molded the midget myself. So now I can make all the bodies I want. But this was one of the parts, was the oil pump that goes on the side. But that's how it works. You pour your silicone in, you put the plug in, you put that in your pressure tank, and parts. I'm getting ready to make another little mold right here. I use this little box to make molds with a lot for little stuff. For my 132 scale hot rods, I need headlights all the time. So I found these little buckets that are actually the cowl lights for a 125th scale car, but they're perfect size for a headlight for a 132 scale car. So I'm going to make a mold of those. I've also found knockoffs. I don't know, you guys probably can't see it. It's very tiny. Whoops. 3-prong knockoffs, very hot roddy. I'm going to make a mold of those so I have them. That's what this is for. And then also on this Volkswagen that we're doing right here, I'm going to make a mold for the bumpers. I'm going to make a mold of the wheels so we have inserts. And I've also got a set of fog lights. I'm going to make road lights for them in case somebody wants to make a rally car. So that's where we're at there. Yeah, I know you do, Raul. I know you love these cars, and you will have as many as you want, my friend. Oh, yeah. Don't tell anybody, but I'm the same way. I've been a Volkswagen guy my entire life, Raul. I've owned probably nearly 100 Volkswagens, vintage cars in my life. A wide body mold, yeah, that would be something, huh? To make like those little cars, like the one you got, like your M&M car. That might be different. Here, I'll show you guys. I don't know how this is going to show up on there. Let me try. These are the cars that I made a few years ago. I think I posted them on my Facebook page. You guys, this is where we're going. Those are 132. It's made from the same kit. So that's what we're going to be doing. This is what we're making. Yeah, Raul, I need to do that. I want to. You guys remember a few years back, Carrera came out with those Cup Volkswagens. They had the group, I think Group 5. They call them Group 5 VWs, and they were fat, wide body. Yeah, those things were cool. I really like those cars too. I think I might have to. Wish I could find another one that wasn't $100. I'd like to make a mold of that body, but and I don't want to pay $100 for them because they're long out of production. So um, maybe we could find us one that somebody's crashed or something. You have that Carrera, Raul? Yeah, that would be cool. We could do we could cast that body if you're up for it. I would love to do it. Otherwise, when I'm done with this, making it this way, I could take one of these and make it myself using Plastistruct or whatever. Cool. Thanks, Raul. Yeah, send me that. So, what else? Oh, we've been on for an hour. Wow, God, that took an hour. What else you guys want to see real quick? I'm at a standstill on this until I get out there and start pouring. So, anything else you guys want to talk about or need to know? Or I guess I could show you really quick if you guys aren't in a hurry to leave. If you are, I understand. I'll show you how I do the parts. The clay is integral to making the parts. You have to use clay. So let me get a clean piece of it out of here and show you guys what I do. Okay. So we make this into a nice ball. There we go. Nice ball. You got to warm it up a little bit. Oh yeah, vac form stuff too, John. I'm going to make another vac table because I want to make windows and such. Building your own vacuum form table is really easy, and I think maybe I'll do that to show everybody how to make vac form parts. It's not that hard. The hardest part's making the mold, the buck, to vacuum form around. All right, here we go. Ball of nice warm clay. What I do, instead of using a rolling pin like some people do, I'm lazy. I use my setup block. Nice hard aluminum. Let's just press it out. Make a little puck. All right. All right, there we go. Got a nice little puck there. Hockey puck. Now, I have some tools here that I use for fiddling with the clay. And mine just happen to be Snap-on, but you can get these probably at Harbor Freight if you decide to do this. It's a little pick set, and I see the tips. So I use those when I do this. So let's just do the fog lights here. I left these fog lights on the sprue because they're so small. I didn't want them to get lost. So here's what you do. And the clay is nice and warm from my hands, so you just press it in. Press it in until it's about halfway up. That's about perfect right there. Man, I actually don't even need to use the tools. But that's it. And you embed them in the clay about halfway. And that's all there is to it. And then what I do is I also do leather working, or I haven't for a while, but I do leather stuff. So this is a skiving knife. It works really good for this. And you make this a nice square. Trim it up there. There we go. And so now you can see it's just halfway embedded into the clay. The Supra, you send me pictures of the stuff. Yeah, send me pictures of the stuff you want me to do, Raul. There you go. Wow, man. See, you're set. You've already got tools. Okay, so now, if you have a nice small container, like I use this one for this stuff, now you can just set this in the container. The clay is sticky enough that it will secure itself to the container. And then you pour your mold. If you're going to do a lot of parts, like we're going to do a lot of parts for this VW, so I will make a small box and put all the parts in the box. So that way, when I do make the car, all the parts are together. That's just my way of doing it. Hey, that's awesome, Donald. Yep. Kind of hard to get tickets in a Volkswagen, isn't it? Unless you had my Volkswagen. I used to drag race Volkswagens when I was a younger man. And they weren't slow. We're talking 80s here, but I had a 14-second quarter-mile Volkswagen that I used to drive on the street every day. It was always fun. But yeah, maybe that's what I'll do. I'm going to make the bumpers are going to be made for this and everything. I usually make my bumpers and stuff out of brass for them, but sometimes it's nice just to have them cast and you can stick them on. The dung beetle. I don't know if any of you guys follow Volkswagen drag racing at all, but a very good friend of our family has a team, Stark Racing. Yeah, a Gia. I never owned a Gia. Of all the Volkswagens I've had in my life, I never had a Gia. My brother did. He had a convertible. The girls liked it. So, what do you guys think? Was that informative? Did you learn anything? Was it boring? Do you want to see more? Oh, is that for that TV show, The Street Outlaws? Ah, right. I remember that now, Marty. Poor man's Porsche. Yeah. Although, I don't know, nowadays, have you seen the prices of vintage Volkswagens, John? It's not for poor people anymore. Cool, Gary. I'll set the camera up when we're done here. I will set the camera up outside and I will record the process of getting the silicone ready and pouring it. Yeah, they are, Marty. It's insane, especially a early car, vintage Volkswagen stuff. Oval window, forget split window. Yeah, there's a split window in our local auto trader, or not auto trader, Craigslist here. It's a 50, and it is a rusted pile of junk, and the guy wants 30 grand for it. Dusty has a Zwitter. Oh my God, are you kidding me? Does he really? That figures. I had a 54. Oh, no worries, Ragtop. I think I'm gonna do this every Wednesday, guys. I'm gonna make Wednesday my day. I just got your photos, Raul. Thank you very much. Oh, he sold it. That's a bummer. But yeah, what do you guys think? We'll do Wednesdays from Shotgun's Workbench. Everybody's got their day. Yeah, back in the day, John. Correct. All right. I'll do it Wednesdays with Shotgun Dave's workbench. That's what we'll do. It'll be fun. I like doing this. I actually like sharing what I do, and like I said, hopefully it'll help somebody. If one person gets involved, that's all that matters. Any excuse to knock off work, Tony. I get it. All right. Well, so I guess we should mark our calendars every Wednesday. Is this time good? 9 o'clock my time. That gives it. That's like lunchtime usually around for you guys out there. Cool. Perfect. Alrighty then. Maybe I'll even put my face on once in a while. Although you guys don't want to look at my ugly mug. Excellent. Well, that's what we'll do then. Seems to be the consensus. So I'm in. So I will, I'm going to move you up here so you can don't look in the background of our dirty old house right now. Everything's a mess. But so I will, I'll see you guys. I'm going to go out and put this thing in the tank, so to speak. I'm going to get the camera set up, and I'll show you guys how I do this all. So keep my face to myself. Nobody wants to look at me. I'm hideous. Don't look. So anyways, you guys all go back to work, and I will get a video made, and we'll get it uploaded. You guys can see my new intro that George worked out for me. It's fantastic. And I appreciate you guys all taking time out of your busy day and then spending your lunchtime with me. So we'll talk to you guys all later, and keep an eye out for that video of the rest of what's going on here. Thanks, fellas.